Let's take a look at downtown hole 9. I'll be quite honest with you. I have yet to find a disc that I think is totally optimal for this hole. It's just a challenging hole. You're at a pretty elevated tee pad here, probably 70, 80 feet, and 700 feet away to a very small green with tight OB around it. And uh, it really wants you to play backhand also, because the forehand line is kind of congested. There is one there I have found, but it's not great. So anyway, the best disc I have found at the moment is the Accurate Extra Glide Sapphire. It comes up a little bit short, but rarely goes OB, which is where you get in trouble here. And for me, the aim point is I put the middle chevron right there in the notch of the canopy, tree canopy right there. And that usually works pretty good. And here we've got a pretty favorable wind, so hopefully we won't come up too short even. And you want to stay to the right, because if you notice that path is elevated and there's a slope down to that spot right there. So if you hit on that slope with a lot of disc, it'll tend to roll and roll OB. And like I say, it's going to come up short, 95 feet to an elevated basket with a 3 wind. Not an easy shot. I'm going to guess that it's going to play right at 95, though. I think the 3 wind and the elevated basket sort of cancel each other out. So let's try 95 feet, see how it works out. That worked out pretty well. That was pretty good. It usually comes up much shorter, honestly. We'll try a couple more here. Sapphire, same aim spot. Any kind of wind from the right, as always, you got to just adjust your release angle slightly, sometimes more than slightly. A little wind from the right. I'm going to give it just a touch of anhyzer, just to kind of make sure it stays out there to the right. And that tree, I think, does slow it down too. Yeah, so now I'm a long way out to the basket. Um, and I'm not gonna lie, this will result in some pars, um, but a lot of other discs will result in. Oh, that was a nice shot. Now I'm patting myself on the back. A lot of the other discs will result in bogeys though, because if you go OB, a lot of times you're looking obstructed look at the basket. Um, so one more time with the sapphire. This time we're going to go just straight back so I can hopefully avoid that tree. And this will probably still be at least 100 feet, maybe more. Yeah, 132. So, not ideal, I know, for a lot of people. A lot of people aren't very comfortable with these kind of distances. Um, but if you can get comfortable with those kind of distances anyway, then, I think the Sapphire is a good play. I was going to show a forehand line. Let me try to get a wind out of the right. I'll be right back. So here we got the 3 wind out of the right, and the Sapphire really doesn't do well in that wind. So what I do in this case is I use the glide skip recoil on a forehand, and it's not ideal, but somewhere about the corner of this building right here, there's a corner line. That's usually my aim point, or just to the right, and then bottom chevron about so. And I didn't mention it too, but this wall is kind of new, and it's really kind of dumb because it doesn't do anything. You can throw right through it, so I don't understand why it's there. But anyway, something about here, and this is going to go, flirt with the OB for sure. But let's give it a look and see how it plays out. Okay, I got pretty lucky that time. I mean, if you can get through the obstacles, it's a nice shot. But there are some obstacles over there that make that forehand line a little risky. But anyway, that's a quick look at downtown hole 9. Not really optimal. If you've got something that is, please let me know. What I have found is that a lot of discs that can get near the basket can very easily find OB, so it just makes it challenging. To me, it seems like the smarter play is try to come up short and make the long throw in. But anyway, hope you learned something. We'll see you around the valley.